Yeah, we got to get up early and drive to a city on our way to, which we're doing a gig on. Well, this is what we're doing. We're getting up at 7. We're getting up early, let's just say that. 7 might not seem like a big deal, but it is when you're going to sleep at 2. We're getting up in the morning and we're driving to Barrie, Ontario, which we're going to be on Saturday. And we're going to go do radio there in the morning. The morning show, hey, this is Crazy Willie, or whatever, you know.
Hey, if you enjoy a good chuckle, you don't want to miss our next guest. Leland Klassen joins us in just a few.
I hear laughing warms you up. I'm really looking forward to this.
Our shuttle right to the show. I'm Lisa Lightning with your life traffic update.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. Well, the largest ever Christian comedy tour in Canadian history is now underway. It's a 20-city tour, which includes Newmarket and Barrie. The Newmarket show was last night, and the star of the show joins us in studio this morning. Leland Klassen is here. Leland, good morning.
Ooh, hey, how you doing? Okay, let me ask you something before I jump into that. Lisa Lightning is her name?
Yeah, Lisa Lightning, yeah.
Lightning?
I don't know. She should be a weather girl, but she's our traffic person. I don't know.
Who's doing the weather then?
Quickly
come up. Oh, Smirling? Oh, okay, I thought it was going to be a Road Rage Randy or something. All right.
That's right.
I got into comedy because I got fired from just about every other job. So I was like, got to do some self-employment or something. Yeah, radio interview was, this morning was a little, I guess I'm paying for advertising with these guys. And so I thought I would get a little more when they said come to the studio. I thought I was going to get more than just 5 minutes. But they were like, oh, we're going to try to squeeze you in for 5 minutes. Oh, no, well, thanks for blessing me.
Yeah, I know you've been at other big festivals like Just for Laughs in the past. I'm wondering when you're at those kind of festivals with a lot of different variety of comics and, you know, they go for the easy laugh, you know, the base humor, the vulgarity. How difficult is it for you really to keep it clean and still really be hilariously funny?
Well, I mean, funny is funny, you know. The shock humor has an element of surprise to it, and that's why that's why people get laughs out of that. You can still do surprise without doing shock, and so you know, it's also where you come from, you know, like what's inside you that's coming out.
Right.
So I mean, if it's really difficult for me to be clean, then I need to examine myself, you know. Right. It's not like comedy is something that's like, oh, we got to put a comedian. You know, it's like we have fun usually if you give me some time.
It's a good opportunity to enjoy a great night of clean comedy, and the show in Barrie is this Saturday night. So you're up to Sudbury tonight. Boy, that's a bit of a hike.
Yeah, we're up to Sudbury. We're excited about that show as well, and come back to Barrie at Inniswood on Saturday night, and it'll be fun.
You thought it was cold here. You haven't been to Sudbury yet.
Oh no, don't say that. And then we're gonna keep on going further north to the Sudbury, which is our Wednesday night show, or Thursday. Is it Wednesday tonight? I think it's Thursday tomorrow.
And they're all loose.
Oh, we'll just make do then.
The mechanism's really
Yeah, we'll just make do. That's cool.
Leland Klassen, he rocks. I hope you're here tonight. It's going to be a fantastic evening. No matter where you're watching from coast to coast, check out Leland Klassen. It's going to be an amazing evening. Thanks. Maybe you can use that clip somewhere. That's right.
The radio guy was here promoting and making a big deal of it, like, hey, this is something worth coming to, and that created this excitement, you know, when you got police sirens going or whatever that was.
We're live on location with Curtis at Valley Pentecostal. Curtis.
Well, good afternoon, Pat. And yes, we are indeed live on location. 6:31 Eastern Daylight Time right now, which means you have about 29 minutes before kickoff here at the Leeson Leland Klassen.
Leeson. I like Leeson. That's nice.
Let's put those two words together. It just flows so nicely off the tongue. What would be like the one thing you're really well known for? Because I know out west, I mean, your name is a household name out there, and this is kind of, you're breaking more into Ontario and Quebec and the Maritimes now as your career is developing and prospering. So what is kind of the foundation of Leland Klassen's comedy?
Well, you know, and I alluded to this earlier. When you're a freak show like I am, people just want to come see the hands. They want to see if it's real.
But I have to testify, it's...
Look at that. Come on. Look at that.
It's a little odd, you might say, just a little. But, you know, your hands are big.
Yeah. It's, you know, but every time I shake somebody's hand, I tickle their armpit. And I think that's too big. I think that's a little too big. You know what I mean?
We're live on location. Watch for the flashing lights on the K Cruiser. Back to you, Pat, in the studio.
Hello, city of Greater Sudbury. That is nice. That is good. It really is fantastic to be here. I would say it's not so much that I'm thrilled to be in the city of Greater Sudbury. And don't take that the wrong way. I'm more thrilled to not be in Calgary, would be a better way to put it. Is anybody here from Calgary? Anybody? You were born there. Do you remember it much? No? Okay, good, because I hate that town. Okay, so, for good reason, too. I handed the stewardess my boarding pass, and she looked at it, and she gave me back her fake greeting, you know, the one that says, hello, welcome, blah, blah, blah. And the thing that disturbed me the most was that she actually said, blah, blah, blah. So regardless, I'm used to it now, so I took my boarding pass back from her and turned and entered into the all too familiar, anyone who's flown will know exactly what it is. It's called the March. Do you need to take that? This is my best joke. Now, because of this gentleman here, I have to start all over. My name is Tim. I'm Leland's bodyguard. Leland Klassen. Tim Boyle, everybody. Give it up for Tim Boyle.
Tonight show?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great show. I needed this show.
Here's a question I have, and I'm just gonna throw this out before we even start the show. Do you think you could maybe salt the roads a little more? I'm not even sure it's snow anymore. It's just salt. It didn't even snow this year. It's all salt. People are just chucking it everywhere. Salt. Let's just salt everything. It's like, go easy on the salt. Man, my car's 2 years old. Why is it rusting so bad? This is actually the portion of the show where we invite the comedians who audition to come up and be a part of the show. And today's representative from Sudbury is no one. So
We, once again, no comic. So what I do is, because I still want the people to be involved, because the whole purpose of it was to go into these communities and encourage and help people that want to perform. And so I do improv.
But I still want to get you guys involved, and I'm still going to get you involved, because that's what I do. So what I'm going to do an improv game or two, and I'm going to get Sudbury involved. Greater Sudbury. So what we're going to do, the first game where I get a volunteer first. Somebody come up here with me and help me out here for the. You gonna? Okay, come on. Yeah, jump up here.
And so I bring some people up, and I brought this kid up, Richard, who I guess he'd been to some school, art school or something. So obviously he's got the knack for it. So he still got to go up and do something, which is kind of what I wanted to encourage anyway. So, you know, in a roundabout way, I still got to do what the tournament is supposed to be about. Roundabout.
What's your name? Richard. Richard. Okay, we won't even go there. Did you hear what he said? Gay Richard, what? What? All right. Yeah, that's okay. I won't. Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Okay, Richard. What we're gonna do is it's called a two-headed politician. All right? Yeah. So what we have to do is we answer their questions. They're gonna ask us questions, and we're gonna answer, but one word at a time, because each head says one word. Okay? Do you know what I mean? So I'll say a word, then you say a word, and then I'll say a word. Good. It's not. No, I'm okay. I'm okay now. What we do? There. Okay. Good. We're here. All right. Stop. Question. Just throw out a question. Richard and I, the two-headed politician, will answer the question.
Why so much salt?
Why so much salt? There
Is
too
much
salt
because
we
are
crazy. All right, so that was a good start. Nice stuff.
Yeah, they liked the interaction. It seemed to really, it was a fun crowd. I mean, they really seemed to take a lot of stuff and just go with it. And it's nice when an audience is willing to just do that.
Okay, next question. Anyone? Question?
Are you raising taxes this year?
Are we raising taxes this year? The
taxes
will
be
raised
because
we
are
crazy.
and
We
are
insane.
insane.
That's nice. I like that. That's good. That was good. You're very good. Yes. Yeah, go ahead and milk that. That's good. All right. Next question. Where are we from? We are from
A
small
town
in
Calgary.
That's good. Thanks a lot, you guys. Have a good night. Thanks so much.
Half cranberry, maybe not quite half, but cranberry, and then Coke. That's it. It's a yummy treat. It's like drinking candy.
Half ginger ale, half orange juice. And this one does matter. It's got to be half. I don't have a name for it, so if you call right now, 1-800-444... That's 1-800-444... Get on the phone right now. Calls are ending in 2 hours. We need a name for this.
Half tomato juice and a little bit of Tabasco sauce. Don't forget the celery.
T-boy. This is the T-boy. It's got a little bit of attitude, you know, but healthy.
We called the London, Ontario church, and I'll give you the whole story. I assumed some things were taking place, and then I got a call from them saying, yeah, so if you're going to use our facility, you need to pay us to use it. And I was like, no, you guys are supposed to be partnering with me. Have you been doing these other things? Oh, well, the lady that was working with you, she's gone now. She doesn't work here anymore. I talked to the pastor, and I'm saying, this is what it is, an outreach event. You know, it's a really good opportunity to bring people, and I'm trying to get him to understand. He got it. He was like, okay, well, you know, it's a little late now. We're going to do what we can. But I'm taking off for Israel tomorrow, so I'll hand that over to somebody else. And so he was gone the next day. Didn't hear from anybody. I'm tracking him down, trying to get him to do something. And here's the problem. It makes it even worse. Their church is having a huge retreat. Buses are leaving tomorrow, right before we get there. So nobody's coming. It's like, no, we had 10 tickets and nobody is coming. I was just panicking today because when I found out that we had 10 tickets sold, and I was just trying to calling other churches, whatever, just trying to get people out. I mean, I don't even know, do you do a show for 10 people? I don't even know. I got a bunch of comics that are coming to the audition, and the ratio is not quite what we want. One comic for every 2 audience. That's not good. That's not a good number. Hey Matt, how you doing, man?
Good. I thought I saw you walk in.
Good to see you. Doing all right? Yeah. Did you have a good drive?
Yeah.
No troubles at the border?
No, not at all. Matthew Perry, Mattthewperry, like the actor, but not him.
Okay, like I said, man, we're just looking for just a couple minutes here so I can see what we're doing and.
Not a problem. So I have a girlfriend, and sometimes she can be hard to understand.
Yeah.
This is awkward. It's hard to audition without a crowd, for comedy. Maybe acting, yeah, because you don't really need to feed off the audience, but with comedy, you need to feed off the audience, so it's hard. All right, so I have a girlfriend, and girls can be hard to understand, because like my girlfriend, she always wants me to call her when I leave her place and arrive at my place to tell her I got home safely. I live in her basement. I don't understand why I gotta leave, Can't I just tap on the wall? Hey, sweetie, I'm home! Bring down some Cheetos! Relationships are tough because, like at first everything's just like, wow. And then after a while, that wow becomes a whoa. Like at first you're trying to woo her with your affection to get her to like, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, where'd all my money go? I've had a lot of people pass away in my life, and comedy just makes me feel better, and it was my way of coping. So that's one reason why I got into comedy. Thank you.
All right, that's enough. We don't need the whole thing.
I think I ripped my jeans too.
Oh, you did. Look at that.
Look at that.
There, your speedos are showing. Your Greg Louganis speedos are showing.
Holy smokes, dude.
When did you do that?
I'm apparently doing this. I was like, huh?
Carol Loper. It's Carol Loper.
Carol, I have some emails from her saying that she was interested, but my assumption was, because I was writing down who's registered and is for sure coming, and it wasn't her. So when she said, no, I told you I was coming, I was like, no, you told me you were thinking of coming, but when I said we need to confirm, she never got back to me, so it was a surprise that she was there. Is this Carol?
Yes.
Oh, wow. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I didn't think you were going to come. Your last email was,
No, not that I sent.
Somebody else
You
sent it
never
for you?
know with email, yeah.
Well, what? I had a couple comedians that dropped out. She showed up, and so I was like, okay, cool, come on up and do your thing.
Wait a second, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Just go ahead.
Well, when I was a girl just growing up, barely bigger than a butter bean, my mama and daddy laid down the rules as strict as you've ever seen. They said cussing and smoking and drinking are sins which are taboo. And dancing is another thing you better hope you never do. Hopping and jumping as their feet commenced to thumping on that tiny, tiny floor. And my music cut out, I mean.
Leland Klassen.
Okay. Hey, I just poured myself a glass of water, and is it supposed to be like that, or what? Is London water all right to drink? Can I drink this, or what? All right, are you guys ready to continue the tournament of comedy? There we go. All right. next lady, an American gal, very funny gal, from Michigan, ladies and gentlemen. She's a comedian, but she's also a retired nurse. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Carol Loper.
I have never gotten in front of bright lights, you know, the bright lights like that, and I couldn't see my audience, and it's like, I can't, you know, it's like, I want that interaction. I want to see the looks on people's faces. Whoa. Can't see a thing up here.
No, you can't.
You can clap if you want.
Well, when I was a girl just growing up, barely bigger than a butter bean, my mama and daddy laid down the rules as strict as you've ever seen. They had a dance that used to be found in Jewish history. We're going back in time to that day in dispensation. We'll jump around and spin and turn and anything else we all can learn to move and groove and hold these synchronized gyrations. There was a hopping and jumping.
And I felt like she forgot some stuff or something at one point because she was talking about Miami or the I-75 or something, and she just kind of was like, yeah, it was into a conversation or something. I was like, hey, you want to do some comedy here or what?
But anyways, maybe this is something you don't know. Maybe it is. But Michigan, I-75 begins in Sault Ste. Marie. Y'all know where Sault Ste. Marie is? Okay, and it goes all the way to what city in Florida? Miami, Florida. There we go. Okay. All right. That's great. Miami, Florida. Anybody been to Miami? Oh, I hear it's hot this time of year, and the sun is probably about 70 degrees. We saw the sun today. That was great. Oh, wow. Yep, Miami. Well,
I felt like I lost my confidence just a tiny bit, and I don't do that normally, you know, but I was just very honest about the lights, and I just tried to work with it, so.
Because I had the spotlight, we had a different setting and a different lighting situation in the nice makeshift comedy club that we had here in London, Ontario. So I couldn't move at all, and it was the first time that I didn't really move a lot, and I think I really enjoyed it a lot more than moving a lot, because my energy was more.
A very funny guy, also from Michigan, from Detroit, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the very funny Matt Perry.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Leland. Give it up for all the competitors tonight. Thank you. Like you said, I'm from Detroit, and traveling around, when most people hear I'm from Detroit, they're like, oh my gosh, you're from Detroit. Run, take cover, it's got a gun, call the cops! I'm from Detroit. The only bad thing about us is our football team.
In the audition, I was like, hey, it's gonna be some good stuff. But then in a live setting, you know, I thought I trained myself to know while I'm sitting here in front of somebody, obviously it's gonna be different. I know it's gonna be with an audience. But still, it was even better than I thought once he got into the audience. And that's a hard audience, too. I mean, he had them going, and that's a tough crowd to get going, man.
I don't know if any of you guys have ever done that. We actually went out and got a gym membership together. And our gym's kind of weird, because our gym actually has out-of-shape, overweight personal trainers. When I go to work out, I don't want a fat guy telling me how to do it. So obviously it didn't work for him. I mean, how is that going to work out? Come on, push! You can do it, buddy, push! Hold on one second, the pizza buffet just opened. Want a slice?
And I think he brought a lot of energy and a lot of confidence, which helped him.
Yeah, something weird happened because literally I stood there and I didn't pace. Normally, you know, I run around in my Detroit joke and some of my other jokes, and I literally stood there and I was like, I am a stand-up comedian and that's what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing is standing here and telling jokes. And I got some really big laughs on some of the stuff, and I didn't expect that at all.
Oh man, I'm a Christian. We got a lot of Christians here tonight. Awesome, man. Isn't God great? I think it's tough being a Christian sometimes, you know? Like I actually got an anger problem, so I went out and I got one of those "What Would Jesus Do" bracelets. But it didn't really work for me because anytime I got angry, I'd be like, oh, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Oh, he'd go into the church, crack out a whip, flip over a table, and send everybody out of this church. So I'm looking for a new church home. Thanks, guys. That's my set. Thank you so much.
Both did real well. I'm only taking one to the finals, and Matt, I'm taking you to the finals. You're coming on to Barrie. And Carol, thanks so much for coming. I hope you had a good time.
Oh, I did.
But all I can think about is I just want to get home, see my kids, see my wife. I don't want to be on the road right now. I'll do some Clutto. I don't want to be on the road. I don't like being on the road.
It went off without a hitch.
Feels like my left eye is closing, is it?
No, I can see it.
Turn into Joey here.